Let's take a look at heat index now in this section. So heat index combines ambient temperature and relative humidity to express a feels like temperature. Now it is based on shaded low wind conditions, and it is a good indicator, although it's not really the gold standard. So it doesn't account for everything that's involved. It does improve upon a purely temperature-based measurement. But moving on, a better indicator, and this is really sort of the gold standard for most athletic contexts, is wet bulb globe temperature. And this factors in dry bulb, which is ambient air, wet bulb, which is evaporative cooling, so that factors in humidity, and black globe, which factors in radiant heat. So this is the most commonly used. Military, NCAA, OSHA, all largely use this for setting the criteria on what is considered safe or high thermal risk. And it accounts for the primary players, solar, humidity, and wind, whether in shaded or sun-exposed areas. So that equation, there is different proportion of importance. So wet bulb is given a 0.7 scale, whereas black globe is given a 0.2 and 0.12 dry bulb, which is just temperature alone. So this equation altogether comes into very, very meaningful, and just some important thresholds to recall is that if the wet bulb globe temperature is 28 Celsius, so 82 Fahrenheit or hotter, it's critical to begin prioritizing extra hydration, rest breaks, and cooling. And when wet bulb globe temperature exceeds 32 or 90, that's when it is really, really critical. And in some cases, heat policies call for cancellation or rescheduling of activity due to the thermal risks and the thermal burden. There is also the Universal Thermal Climate Index, UTCI. This is a more comprehensive, advanced model. However, it's largely limited to climate science, occupational health, and not so much in sports. So it is another option to use. Factors in a lot of different variables, but the wet bulb globe temperature really is the gold standard in sports. So for application tools, there are handheld monitors that are commercially available and that can provide that. There's also smartphone apps, a lot of different opportunities to get this information prior to programming. And this is particularly important for any outdoor activity or training.